Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome. I'm going to start us off with expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. This is a longer one. Ready? A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. Expression of God. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. Right time, right place. An expression of the Spirit. I'm fabulous. I got it. An expression of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit, of the Spirit. Oh my gosh, applaud for yourselves. Good job. Thanks for having fun with me with that one.
That was so great. Good morning to everyone here in our sanctuary. Good morning to everyone in our Zoom room. My name is River Marie Hansen, and I get to be your platform assistant today. Happy New Year! Thank you for joining us today at the Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies. Of all the places that you could have been spending your Sunday morning, you chose to be here on Zoom and in our sanctuary. We all welcome you with lots and lots of love. For those of you on Facebook and social media, please check in at the Spiritual Center in the Rockies and then silence your phones and listen for the higher calling. Our guest musician today, we all know and love, is Lindsay Facknitz. Lindsay is a regular visitor with us, and welcome. Our guest speaker today is Holly Duckworth. Holly Duckworth is a renowned spiritual practitioner, speaker, and author known for her transformational work in the realm of mindfulness and conscious leadership. In addition to her work as a speaker and spiritual guide, Holly is the founder of the American Mindfulness Association. With a unique blend of spirituality and practicality, Holly continues to be a guiding light for those seeking a deeper connection to themselves and the world around them. Welcome to Unity, Holly. Now I'd like to share our inclusivity statement with you. Unity in the Rockies is an inclusive community. We welcome all people, races, gender identities, and relational orientations. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And then together we get to read our mission statement. Please are an inclusive spiritual community where we recognize our oneness with our Creator and all creation. And for those of you who are here for the first time or the second time, welcome. We are so happy and glad that you are here today, and we look forward to supporting you on your spiritual journey in whatever way we can. And now for some announcements. These beautiful flowers today were provided by Yolanda Holt in honor of her mother Essie's July 2nd birthday. Happy birthday, Essie. How can you bring flowers to celebrate or commemorate someone or something special in your life? So easy, you just sign your name on the bulletin board on the flower piece. Is Linda and Richard here today? Because it's their 34th wedding anniversary, July 6th. Are they on Zoom? Happy anniversary! It's January. Did I say July? I so meant January. Meditation, thank you, Marlene, for your meditation this morning. If any of you are moved or called to lead a meditation on Sunday morning from 9:20 to 9:40, go ahead and sign up on the bulletin board or talk to our Marlene. Rivers Twinkling Lights Holiday Gift Shop. I know it's been 3 weeks, but I wanted to thank all of you who shopped, and we raised over $600 for our labyrinth and our care ministry. So thank you. Board of Trustees nominations are open. If you are interested in serving on the board or would like to nominate someone, please see the e-blast or website for more details and the nomination form. The Closed Grief Education and Support Group. A Closed Grief Education and Support Group is forming at Unity in February. Please join Marcia Orr, the group facilitator, for an informational session on Sunday, January 21st at noon in the sanctuary. And then just see Marcia if you need more details. The Daily Word. Do you have old copies? Please bring in your booklets and give them to Yolanda on Sundays during her regular administration hours. We're collecting the books for a women's prayer group at the Denver Women's Correctional Facility. Sacred Women's Circle. Our January New Moon Oracle Gathering and Drum Circle is this Thursday, January 11th from 1:30 to 3 in Fellowship Hall. You're welcome to bring your drums for a great time of sharing and togetherness. Feel free to bring your oracles, but it is not necessary because there's always a great selection to choose from. This Thursday, we'll be selecting an oracle for the new year. Also with the Sacred Women's Circle, on January 27th, we're going to be doing our annual vision board. 4 o'clock. Nope, it's not 4 o'clock. It's 1 to 4 o'clock, 3 hours, because we realized last year we need more time. So see the e-blast for more details or RSVP to me. And reminder that you can find more information on all these activities in the weekly Unity e-blast newsletter or on Unity Facebook page. And our final announcement, right here, right now, shining for all the world. You can even see it from the International Space Station. We are the light on the mesa. Lindsay?
Please join me in singing the congregational song, Surely the Presence. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Good morning. My name is Jean Dutton. I'm one of your prayer chaplains. Our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you after service today. Charlotte Wilson will be in the prayer room, and I will be up in front here. Whether you are in a place of celebration or challenge, please take the opportunity to take advantage of this wonderful opportunity. And also, written prayers can be placed in the prayer box in the lobby at any time. Today's reading from the Daily Word is about wholeness. Wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. I see myself whole, complete, and as a living expression of God. My thoughts fill my consciousness with the divine idea of wholeness. My words affirm this wholeness. Through my actions, I bless the life energy in my body with the right balance of exercise, rest, and nutrition. I live from my wholeness even if I experience illness. I may receive treatment, but I do not consider myself weak or diseased. I move through every health challenge with faith and grace, trusting the experience has come to pass. I remember wherever I am, whatever may be happening, divine life is always seeking to express through me, to restore my awareness of wholeness, which is and will always be my true spiritual state of being. Luke chapter 11, verse 34. Your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But if it is not healthy, your body is full of darkness. And so it is.
This first feature song, Reverend? Minister? What's your title? Holly, spiritual practitioner extraordinaire Holly, requested that I play. It's by Daniel Namad. It's called Everything New, which is a beautiful way to start a brand new year. So here we are. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for the next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for the next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is never coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. Oh, I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I'm ready for the next thing to do. Oh, I know it's starting everything new. I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be all right, yes I will once more. Just as I did back then, I'm gonna rise again. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for the next thing I'm gonna do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Thanks, everyone.
Lindsay, you crushed that. Thank you so much for doing that. What she didn't know was I picked that song because it happens to be the daily reader in my book. It's called Chaos to Calm in a Crazy World. As we celebrate the first week of the year, it's a good time to gain clarity on what we want to become, to confirm alignment with the plans we've put into place, and yet release those things that we no longer need to come in. What things do you intend to have happen this year? Bring it on, everything new. And I asked Lindsay to sing that song just about a week ago, and look at the magic that you created, everything new. I even texted her, I said, if you don't know this song, you don't have to do it. And yet, she stepped in. So thank you so much for that. As you heard, Holly's the name. That means the holidays are my game. Yes, indeed. It starts the 12 days of Christmas with 12 days of holiday socks. I post on my social media a different pair of socks every day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas. I started this about 10 years ago. I thought it'd be kind of a one-year deal. Now people ask about November, are you going to do that sock thing again? And I can't get rid of it. I have over 250 pairs of socks because I have never repeated the same pair of socks twice. Never repeated the same pair of socks twice. So as you can imagine, this week between Christmas and New Year's, I was simultaneously a little relieved and a little sad to take down my 3 holiday Christmas trees. Yes, I was a little sad that my commitments to baking, wrapping, and traveling were complete. But I was also a little relieved because my commitments to baking, to wrapping, and traveling were complete. And I'm happy to say that in today's little potluck after, you have some of my fresh baked cookies and some banana bread as my final holiday baking extravaganza. So last week when you all gathered here, it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 day. So I know you all waltzed into the new year with that powerful burning bowl ceremony. And of course, many of you engaged in a letter writing process to yourself, giving us an opening for this week and your experience we are about to have today. As some of you may know, and some of you may not know, Rick and David are out hosting their Gratitude at Sea cruise. So many months ago when they asked me to speak, I said, well, of course, it's perfect alignment that you'd ask me to speak when our message today came from our daily word, wholeness. It's an invitation for all of us, right where we are, to claim our divinity. But most importantly, the opportunity to claim our extraordinary self. These are a few concepts that I know a little bit about as a corporate mindfulness teacher. I'm an executive coach and the executive director of the American Mindfulness Association. So when David left my house on New Year's Eve, I left him with one last statement. David, I'll try not to break your church while you're gone. So today he's left us with a powerful ceremony. Then I'll share a few thoughts on how we can activate the work that comes through this ceremony today. So, welcome. Let's do a day check, because it's January 7th. We've already survived one whole week of 2024. Did you know that 2024 is an 8 year? 2 and 2 and 4. So as we find ourselves in an 8 year, it's a time for us to move out of that 7 year of personal reflection into a year of personal achievement, of self-empowerment. And I'm happy to report it's also a year of big financial gains. We know that God is in everything, including our financial affairs. It's a year associated with success, achievement, and abundance. It's also a crucial year for us to step into our power of manifestation. It's an invitation for us to find ourselves in that infinite circle of possibility. So we lay that 8 on its side. We have the opportunity to look at how are we creating equilibrium in our life, balancing perhaps work and home life, retirement and personal commitments, balancing and creating a sense of harmony between our material and our spiritual pursuits. So today we'll begin with a white stone ceremony. In this ceremony, we celebrate and we claim our highest, most extraordinary self for the new year. As Lindsay shared in that song, we get to step into everything being new. And I trust in this past week, as you left that burning bowl ceremony, that you are able to start to step into that question. What do you want to have happen in this new year? And today's an opportunity for us to step into not just the doing of 2024, but the being of 2024. Who do you want to be in that doing? During David's facilitation of the burning bowl ceremony, he said, life is in a constant state of flow, which I think is a little peculiar considering he and Rick are on a cruise ship right now. On a day at sea, what an ultimate demonstration of being in flow. So as we step into that flow, we participate in a white stone ceremony. I trust as you all walked in today, you got that stone. Does anybody need a stone? Great. The idea of the white stone ceremony comes from Revelations 2:17. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who conquers or overcomes, I will give you some hidden manna, and I will give a white stone. And on this white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. In this ceremony, with this white stone, you are invited to claim your highest, most extraordinary nature. As we complete this ceremony, we remember freedom, independence. Remember, what you want is never more than a stone's throw away. It is a matter of spiritual fact. Your greater good, that which you are seeking, seeks you, and it's never more than a stone's throw away. In fact, it's closer than the objects which appear in the rearview mirror. It's closer than your next breath. It's closer than your next thought, intention, or choice. It is as close as that stone you are holding in your hand. Let me share with you a bit of background on this white stone ceremony. It's based in the Bible, that book of Revelation. It has many hidden meanings, just like that 8. It also shows us a lot of symbology. This particular verse has to do with renewal and revitalization. It contains a code for what you can be. It was written by disciple John around 95 CE on the island of Patmos, where he was in exile. As we listen to the quote again, let anyone who has an ear to hear. That's all of our invitation, to turn off the cell phones, close out all those computer windows, and tune back in to listen to what Spirit is saying. To everyone I will give hidden manna, and I will give a white stone. And on this white stone is written your new name that no one knows except for the one who receives it. This, of course, has a metaphysical interpretation. As we activate our intuitive wisdom, as we step into the quiet and the stillness, when we pay attention to the spiritual teachings and we make them practical, we partake of that hidden manna. And we tap in to the extraordinary in us. That extraordinary is our divine nature. It is our true spiritual divinity. That white stone transforms your personality into its higher, more spiritual essence. That true nature of who you are and your new name. This was a key verse in the message to John at the church of Pagnium, and it was a key message that we can reconnect to at the beginning of this year. It is an extension of the message from Isaiah, chapter 62:2. And you shall be called a new name. The Revelation account mentions hidden manna. This is a reference to the Old Testament, the story of manna in the wilderness, which was sent to the Israelites and Moses each day for their daily bread when they fled to Egypt. Metaphysically, in 2024, that manna represents your soul food. your spiritual sustenance, where you can receive your spiritual food through that divine, non-local connection with everything in the universe. We take a moment today to connect to that field of infinite potential, that which is already supplied to you and is available at any time when you stand faithfully in your truth and in spiritual practice and principle. So that white stone that you are holding is a visual impartation of you aligning your human self with your divine nature. It means recognizing and affirming that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. It means standing unapologetically and affirming, I am an eternal presence, the one reality, the infinite isness expressing itself through the cosmos as me. I want you to take a moment and tap into your heart, remembering that it is important for you to believe in your own divinity, the truth of who you are, that divine consciousness expressing as a light being, simply wrapped in human clothing. Remembering this day and every day that you are hardwired for freedom. You are hardwired for independence, for health, for joy, prosperity, and that you are one with your spiritual DNA. So the purpose of the ceremony we will do today is to jump back into that revelation, to utilize our white stone and connect to our new name, the one that only you know, that aligns you with your spiritual sacredness. The name you will write is your divine nature. No one else will have your same divine DNA. The white stone represents your I amness, your eternal presence, physically, but it is also your uniqueness, your wholeness, your I amness. That's why you can only have one name, your spiritual identity. You might even think of it as your spiritual IP address or your spiritual email. When you surrender to the truth of you, you become aware of who you really are, that new name. That new name change means a change in your awareness. As promised, your new nature when you claim your divinity. You are promised freedom and independence from what you have been to step into what you are becoming. Abram changed his name to Abraham. Saul changed his name to Paul. Simon changed his name to Peter. Carolyn Page even changed her name to Myrtle Fillmore. A name change is a change in consciousness. As we move forward into 2024, it doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter what you've done, what's happened in the past. No longer matters those mistakes you've made, the opportunities that you've missed. And it doesn't even matter what you've accomplished. You are promised this day a new nature, a new beginning, a new sense of freedom and independence. So I invite you again to connect with that white stone. Perhaps you're looking at it and saying, Holly, but the stone is blank. Maybe at this level of awareness. But look in it a little deeper. Look carefully. As we move into this process, you'll see a new essence forming, a new spiritual destiny. You'll have the ability to underwrite and walk a positive, practical, progressive spiritual path. In today's opening meditation, we walked the stones into the forest. Today you walked the cobblestones here into your center. Each stone is a word. Your word might be a noun like peace or happiness. compassion or joy. It could be an adjective. I'm compassionate or loving. I'm joyful or forgiving. The word that might emerge for you might be one of the 12 powers or the 7 core abilities, or it's a combination of both. Maybe it's 2 words: loving kindness, compassionate healer, peaceful warrior, perennial metaphysician. So I ask you, are you willing to claim your oneness with reality and the ground of all beings? If you are, say, I am. So as you take that stone you are holding, we're going to step into a brief ritual. If you are willing to claim your oneness, now I'm going to invite you not just to say yes, but repeat this affirmation with me. I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. So now I'll invite Lindsay to bring up the music as we move into our white stone ceremony. I invite you to step into a position where you can be both comfortable and alert. If it feels good, place your feet on the ground. Feel yourself gently supported by the chair. Feel the earth gently pressing up against you. Choose if you'd like to have your eyes open or closed. Hold your white stone in the left hand. Place your right hand over it. Take a slow, deep breath in and a gentle exhale. Remember that your name, your word, or words becomes your spiritual identity. And in your heart center, quietly ask yourself, what is my word or words that will inspire me, keep me focused, and move me to action this year? Take a gentle breath in. No need to push or force. Simply allow your word to emerge from your depths. What is the one word or words that will inspire me and keep me focused as I move into action this year? Remain open to what comes through your still small voice. You may hear a word or see a picture. Give gratitude for this connection to your higher self. Whatever spiritual quality is coming forth for you, decide how you will represent it on your stone. knowing that this word can be kept or modified or changed. Just simply allow yourself to receive divine guidance from your highest self. And as you are ready, I invite you to take that pencil and write, etch, draw, convey in your perfect way the guidance you have received on your white stone. When you are ready, write your new name on the stone, knowing in so doing that you are inviting that highest essence of your spirit, that word or quality that is the right new name for you. Knowing the divine perfection of your word, I invite you to continue writing that on your stone. Giving yourself a moment to reflect on the name that came to you and the significance of that wholeness, the wholeness that you were, that you are, and that you always will be. As you write your word on your stone, remembering that it is your sacred word. No need to share with others unless you so choose. But this is an invitation to take that stone with you, to share it in a prominent location, to remind yourself of your extraordinary, divine nature, your new name. And as you take in that name, if it feels good, again, I just invite you to repeat with me one more time. I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. And one more time, I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. A gentle breath in. And exhale, giving gratitude for your divine wisdom. As we close out our ceremony today, I wanted to share with you, now that you have your word or words, 4 tools that you might use to activate your word in 2024. All of these are tools that I use in my personal or professional practices to step into that everything new. In the Daily Reader, that book by Daniel Nahmod came to me in 2011. That was a year of a major life reboot for me. I released a husband, I released a job, I released a city I was living in, and I stepped into everything new. And that year was the year that I committed to a vision board practice. Raise your hand if you already have your vision board for 2024 created. A few of you. Raise your hand if you're coming to that vision board workshop this week. Sounds great. Well, as I was preparing for today, I went back. I keep all of my vision boards, and I thought it was sort of fun to look back at those words. In 2013, that was the year I moved to Colorado. My word that year was newness. There's a few other boards in there, but in 2017, I had the words leading with heart. That was the year that I launched my first of 4 books, Everyday Mindfulness being one of them, and really stepped out as a new speaker. 2018 is one of my favorite vision boards. That particular year, my word was relationship. And in my vision boards, I always lay them out with the feng shui bagua. So I've got each area of my life represented. And in the lower corner is the relationship corner. And that particular corner, I snipped very carefully out a little picture. And it was a picture of a shadow of a male figure. Now, I did not yet know that male figure, but I was calling in my next highest, best romantic partner in the year 2018, the relationship year. But I just had his shadow. This was January of that year. That November, I was traveling to visit a special someone I had met that year. And all of a sudden, I looked across the room, and there was a shadow. And I go, don't move! And I took a picture of that man in that shadow and went home from that from that trip a few weeks later, and I showed my girlfriend. I go, remember that vision board we did in January? So I took this picture of this experience. Do you think that's the same shadow? And they go, oh, that's the same exact shadow. And my 2018, well, there's always a lot of pictures. Some happen that year, some happen the next year, they slush over. I'm so excited to say that in 2021, my word was love. Like that famous statue, Love, the one in Pittsburgh. That year, I had put an engagement ring on my picture. I had put wedding, I'd put all of those things on, and that year, the man in the shadow proposed to me. So then, of course, there was the 2022 year, which was home. Everyone, we were going to create a home together. Now, keep in mind, nobody was planning for this thing called a pandemic to happen, but 2022 was home, and 2023, my word was flourishing, which means everything new, everything flourishing. In that particular year, we put a new deck on our house, we put a new patio in, new kitchen in, and of course, my business and my life was flourishing. So I want to invite you, whatever your word is, your new name, to think about, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? So that when our service concludes today, you walk out of here already feeling the feeling tone of that word. The secret to my success in any one of these vision boards was keeping that word top of mind and the feeling tone of it. Each year, I ask the question, not how will I be doing that year, but how will I be being as I live and move in that particular word? So that's your first tip. In 2024, whatever your word is, create a vision of what that is. And live in the belief that it is already happening. Because I'm excited to say that you guys are going to get to meet that man in the shadow, Eric Szymanski, who's in the back of the room there. Our second tip for activating what you're calling in is to ask a great question. You know, it used to be that leadership was all about having the answers. As a corporate trainer in mindfulness, what I have learned is the best leaders are always the people in the room who ask the best questions and keep asking and ask again and again and again. So I'm going to give you my $1 million question, the question that I use when I don't have any questions, but it seems to be the question that works really well. Does it have to be this way? When we move through 2024, there's going to be things we love, there's going to be things we maybe don't like, there's going to be some moments of interesting, some moments of ChatGPT, and maybe even some moments we talk about the election. So there's a powerful question for you. Does it have to be this way? Does it have to be stressful, overwhelmed, exhausting? Does it have to be confrontational? When we invite that question, we recommit to our oneness and our willingness to see things from a different way. That question was probably the question that helped the man in the shadow become the man of my dreams. You see, Eric was working for a major corporation and came to me a little bit exhausted and burnt out. In fact, I'll go ahead and tell you, he was the 2018 top salesperson of the year for Walt Disney Resorts. He negotiated the deals for people like the NFL and other major companies that had a lot of commas and zeros. But he was super stressed out. And maybe perhaps some of you, coming off the years of the pandemic and all of the holidays, are coming into this room with a little bit of exhaustion yourself. And I ask him that question, does it have to be this way? And suddenly he recognized, no, I have the ability to change what I think about, what I bring about, what I feel about, the people that I have in my life, and the way that I approach sales. And from that, I started coaching him on mindfulness as a sales professional. He started coaching me on how to increase my sales as a mindfulness trainer. And we ended up writing a book called Sell More, Stress Less, 52 Tips to be a Mindful Sales Professional. And I share that with you, again, remembering that 2024 is the year where we all get to call in our financial abundance, however that looks for you. That this is an invitation. We don't have to do sales the old way. Does it have to be that way? No. We have the opportunity to, again, align our human beingness with our spiritual beingness to step into something higher and greater. So have a vision board. Take that vision board and start asking questions. Does it have to be this way? And invite yourself to think about it, feel about it, dream about it, from that new extraordinary place of heart. Your third tip for activating what you're calling in this year is listen. And listen from that sense of wholeness that the daily word shares with us today. And I think about wholeness in terms of listening in that I'm going to listen with my head ears, and I'm going to listen with my heart ears. I need all of that data that our world is now able to provide for us, but I also need, and I find it equally important, to listen to that spiritual data, that mana that we're receiving. And from that place of wholeness and listening, I have the opportunity to recreate every experience in my life. So this year, whenever you face a new opportunity, a new stepping stone in life, take those times out. We ask all of our corporate audiences, how many windows do you have open? And we don't mean windows like windows here in the church. We mean if you go back and you look at your computer or you look on your phone right here and right now, do you have 17 windows open, 20 windows open, 30 windows open? The more windows you have open in your life, the more scattered your listening is because you're trying to do the text and do the phone call and take the Zoom and do all of these things. Make it a practice in 2024 to close those windows, physical, metaphysical, and metaphorical even, and listen. Listen with your ears on your heart to how you can activate your extraordinary self this year. And that's why I love this white stone ceremony, is you get to take that stone with you. And our invitation is keep that in a place where you will see it on a regular basis and utilize that to deepen your ability to listen. Because in a world that's whipped up and a little interesting right now, and perhaps even a little more interesting coming our way this year, your ability to continue to center and focus and choose your right, highest, and perfect path will help you to live that infinite possibility in 2024. I also want to speak to the idea of when you listen with your wholeness, also being strategic about who else you are listening to. And as we move into the newness, creating those relationships where you can find nurturing support in the questions that you are asking. We're all going to have some interesting days going forward, and those moments where I can pick up the phone and say, I'm losing my stuff right now, and I don't want you to know, but I need somebody to know. I need somebody to listen. I hope that you can utilize that tool of listening as well. Be there for one another this year to listen when the moments are hard and challenging, and reach out and ask someone to listen to you. I think sometimes as spiritual people, we think we have to be warriors on this quest by ourselves, and we don't. That this is an opportunity for us to put our ears on our heart for others who may not need an answer, they might not need a question, but they just simply need somebody to listen to them. And if you have a moment where you just need to share your heart and have somebody listen to you, know that you have this community here at Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies that want to listen to you without judgment, without a need for an answer, but to allow you that spiritual place to sometimes hear what you're saying. When I practice a talk, I always speak that talk out loud because I know my heart hears my voice. My heart hears my voice, and I listen to that voice. So that's another invitation. As you look at this idea of listening to the wholeness of yourself, invite that wholeness of others to listen fully to you. And your step number 4, as you walk the path of 2024, is to act from the alignment of your divine good, your divine God. Even the concept of calling something in over the years has changed. Calling in a person, a relationship, princes, palaces, and parking lots. The idea of the phone, what are you calling in, has changed. We used to have the old landline. Then we had the brick phone or the bag phone. Anybody have a pager? Do you remember texting? Now we have these smartphones. Or maybe the not-so-smartphones. We have our Zoom phones. As we think about how calling in has changed, we also think about how our spiritual calling in has changed. And this is an opportunity for us to act from the alignment of our own spiritual voice and what we're calling in. So utilize your journal this year to ask the questions, to listen to your heart, create that vision board. Be willing to allow that languaging to come in how it works for you. If you're the old pen on paper, do that. If you are doing the texting, writing journal, do that. Recognize that when we act from our spiritual alignment of our good, no matter how we're calling it in, we're able to move with confidence and courage into the new year. So as each and every one of those years, 2021, 22, 23, each and every one of those words that I had, it wasn't just about building a vision board out there, but it was about acting as if I was already having those things. And I mentioned that my vision board has many quadrants. mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. If you are looking to activate your new name, your divine sacred word, start to think about that word from that. How does it activate in each and every quadrant of your life? My word for flourishing in 2023, I was mentally and physically flourishing, which ultimately became a Club Pilates membership and working out on a more regular basis. Flourishing spiritually for me became reading new books and exploring some of the historic writings of the various religious and spiritual traditions that I hold so dear. In terms of relationships, flourishing for me was a commitment that one time every month in 2023, we hosted a couple in our home to get to know them better. And flourishing financially for me meant keeping better financial records, working with my accountant, and setting up ways to move into a more flourishing rewirement when that life experience comes my way. You may want to repeat this white stone practice as a tool to deepen what are you calling in this year. Utilize it as your spiritual barometer. Allow it to be a tool that guides you to a new year and a new year and a new you. Letting go of last year and allowing yourself to become something new and different. So 2024, have a vision for your word, ask great questions, listen to yourself with wholeness, and act from the alignment of your extraordinary good. And I believe that we'll go ahead and move into prayer with our white stones. So again, I just invite you to hold that stone in a place of loving gratitude for your willingness to connect in with your spiritual identity. To take that white palette of possibility and etch on it the words that are right and perfect for you. So what I absolutely know is there is one power and one presence, one infinite force and infinite source that goes by many names. God, Allah, Spirit, Yahweh, universe, or even a mountaintop. From that place of the highest and most good, I know that I am one with all possibilities. And I know that that is true for you because we are united as human beings having a spiritual experience. So as we step into 2024, that year of infinite harmony, unlimited bounty, I absolutely know that the words written on these stones are the very word of the divine speaking through each and every beloved in this room. So we declare them powerfully and clearly into being, knowing that we act with wonder and curiosity. We ask powerful questions. We vision all things are possible, and we do it from a place of sacred oneness. I absolutely give great thanks for each and every person and heart that has made today's ceremony possible. We send loving and best wishes to everyone on the gratitude cruise, especially our dear Reverend David and Rick. And we affirm in prayer our affirmation, I am the eternal presence expressing goodness as me. So expressing this goodness right here and right now, we release this prayer into that infinite law of love, joy, peace, prosperity, and abundance, knowing it is done. And we say powerfully together, it is done, and so it is. Amen. And now from this place, we move into a time of loving offering and giving. So I want to invite River to come forward as we share our good with one another.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Holly. You're welcome. Ushers, if you could come forward. And if we could all read together our affirmation of abundance. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and that all that I receive. And if you could just for a moment take your tithing, your beautiful, abundant tithing, and hold it to your heart. And fill it with the love that you are. And know that this tithing will serve this community, this region, this country, and in so many ways, the world. And so that is.
Oh, heavenly day, all the clouds blew away. Got no trouble today with anyone. The smile on your face I've been longing to see. It's enough for me, baby. That's enough for me. Oh yeah, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. Tomorrow may rain with sorrow, but now's a little time we can borrow. Forget all our troubles in these moments so few. All I got right now, all I really gotta do is have ourselves a heavenly day. Yeah, watch the trees sway. Oh, don't wanna see no other way. No way, no way. Heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, oh heavenly day. Heavenly, oh, heavenly day. Oh, thank you.
And let's all together bless this tithing, this abundance, this love, knowing that it's from your heart to all of our hearts and hearts all over the world. Thank you.
And now we have an invitation to bless our children. The children here and the children here in spirit and the children in our Zoom rooms. So as we bless the vision of our children's ministry now and ever expanding, let us say you are loved, you are special and important. We see you, we bless you, all that you are. Yes, for our generations now and those yet to come.
We have a congregational song, You Are the Face of God. Please join me. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love.
And as we conclude today, let us pray the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for being here today. Your presence is a great presence. Let us go forth in peace and presence this day. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much to Holly. Have a wonderful, wonderful January. And if you would stand, please, and join us in our closing congregational song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy and vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Blessings to you all.